Grand rising, everybody. So it is 5:46 in Texas, and good evening on the other side of the globe, wherever you are. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Yeah, I've decided I don't want to waste too much time, on the presentation and just get the information out there. Obviously I'm going to be somewhat presentable, but it's 5:45 in the morning. I'm in my bed and I'm about to give you guys a video. So let's get started. So essentially, this video is going to be about from now until the end of 2020 onwards, and just in general, right? Some things I've picked up on, it's just commentary, basically. So, for starters, today the sun is opposite Neptune. It's September 11th. And if there's anything that's very clear right now, is the reality that, the wheat is separated from the chaff. And as a Virgo, Virgo placements, I can see this, right? A lot of other people can see this too. And if you don't see this right now, wait until Aquarius season. Because the 8th house of Aquarius is Virgo. You'll understand the point, the vision that is right in front of us right now. The thing is, when I say the wheat is separated from the chaff, it's where people stand right now, especially in regards to, hang on, oh, my necklace. Especially in regards to, you know what? I think I'm just going to hold this. Excuse me, 1 second. Because I can't tell if it's pushing against like the fabric and like making noise, or, you can actually hear me. So the wheat is being separated from the chaff, and society in a way is being divided. Okay. There's a line of demarcation that's happening. There's people who, forget that history exists and forget that social experiments exist and completely believe everything government officials are saying, down to playing in their game. Okay. It's to that level. When I say believing everything that politicians are saying, I'm saying in the sense where you're not realizing that there's more than what is being said. You're kind of just taking it as face value. Oh, this person is trying to create a vaccine, so it's going to be good for everybody. They're totally not going into Africa experimenting on people over there. Oh, no, that's not happening. I literally had an argument with somebody because they literally can't fathom that that's a thing. Yeah, welcome to real life. Okay. It's a lot more than this, just the comfort of your own bubble. And it's like just little things like that. Again, the wheat is being separated from the chaff. There's people who are able to discern the information, and then there's people who rely on the comfort of the information they're receiving, regardless of if it's true or not, because ignorance is bliss when you can't handle the truth. So there's that part. At the end of the day, did you hear my stomach growl? I'm about to get some harichos and chips. Soda and chips first thing in the morning. I am amazing. So anyways, in this whole concept of the wheat being separated from the chaff, there's the awareness that it's very clear now where everybody stands, where people stand, where you stand, where that other person over there stands. It's very clear how one's own shortcomings, or I should say, it's very clear how you can only go as far as your weakest link within yourself, obviously. And it's like, one issue I've had, just in general, or have seen from people sometimes, is their inability to communicate effectively or communicate like a mature adult. It's like at some point, you're old enough to understand these basic ass principles. So it's like dealing with people who want the respect of maturity, who want to be respected as an adult, but they can't communicate like one, bruh. Like, no. Let me not open that can of worms. It's probably one of the most frustrating things, because people who are like that don't recognize how they are damaging a situation so much because of their inability to build a bridge and get over themselves. Because at some point, you can't hide behind your story as to why you can't take a step forward, unless you are content with being stuck. If you got to move forward, you got to put one foot in front of the other. That's all there is to it. Everybody has a story. I'm not saying like your story doesn't matter. I'm saying everybody has a story. So it's like that's not always going to be an excuse for one's shortcomings, especially when the world right now, excuse me, has shown that it's not necessarily forgiving of the fact that everybody has a story. It's like fuck your story. Like what are you going to do now? In a way, it's kind of like how quote unquote harsh things are, how things are just very quote unquote black and white, very like it is what it is or it isn't. Yes, there is that gray area, but there's also a part where you can't hide behind that gray area so that you don't make a choice, so that you just stay in your head and induce yourself with, I don't know, anxiety or whatever mental health issues. It's like if you made it this far in life, you have to give yourself credit for the things you did to evolve yourself out of your previous state. You have to give yourself credit for your own greatness. I cannot like express this enough. You have to celebrate who you are and surround yourself with people who are excited to do that with you because that's healthy. You know, we're entering a time now where you want to have connections with people who are actually beneficial, not artificial in your life. Otherwise, good luck trying to build a bridge and getting over some shit in life when you don't have healthy connections with people who you can even rely on. You know, um, when the video cuts, I'm just gonna like do another one right after because I'm recording from my phone. So like I'm continuing the video, right? But I don't know, somebody's outside like blasting their music at like what 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't. Anyways, as I was saying, we're in a time now where it's important to surround yourself with people who reflect your own greatness. But at the same time, that can really only happen if you treat yourself right. And when I say treat yourself right, I mean actually you take care of who you are, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Not in a way where you completely just give into your animalistic natures, your vices, and you just do a bunch of low vibrational shit all the time and you're calling that taking care of yourself. But I mean like you really put in the work to move consciously in your life. Being conscious of something is being aware, meaning you're aware of yourself, you're aware of how you affect other people, and you don't make excuses. And even if you do make excuses, I don't mean like, I'm talking about like, say like there are people out there who complain about who they are, who complain about their circumstance, but they have no problems dragging people down to their level. They have no problems not doing the work to evolve themselves out of that state. I'm talking about shit like that. Like, you got to treat yourself right. And when you do that, saying you're already doing that, you eventually you'll find people or you'll meet people or you'll connect with people who foster and grow that and nurture that in you to where even when you're down, you have people around you who can help you stay up, who can help you bring yourself up. Because, y'all, when Libra season comes, it's not going to be easy if you are not surrounded by the right network or community that is conducive to who you are as a person in terms of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Oh, come on. I'm losing my train of thought. Give me a second. Um, Listen, I hate when that happens. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. But essentially, it's connecting to the authenticity that is you so that the people you connect with are also a reflection of that authenticity, you know? Because when Libra season comes, it's going to go through harsh aspects to Saturn, Pluto, Chiron, Mars, Jupiter. And a lot of those planets will be already out of the retrograde period that we're in right now. But it's like, it's still slow moving planets. So the energy is evolving, even if it's going to be out of retrograde, it's evolving. So it's like, not to say you got to stay on your A game, but stay on top of who you are so that you can move in a sensible direction no matter the chaos around you, you know? Because, man, my mom told me years ago, she's like, listen, be careful especially in your 20s, of making decisions based off of fear or a false sense of security, or like just basically the point that she was making is when things are scary or when things are hard, don't make stupid decisions that will cost you everything. You know, be strong enough to handle yourself and to go through hard times without necessarily latching on or connecting with people, places, or things that are not good for you at the end of the day, or that are some things that you are probably going to have to escape from at the end of the day, you know, because sometimes all it takes is one decision and that one decision will alter the course of your destiny forever. That's how powerful your will, your action, and your choices are. So, from now until the end of this year, recognize where you stand. Recognize who you are. Recognize that yes, you have shortcomings. Yes, we all have shortcomings, but it doesn't have to be the reason why you are holding yourself back. You know, radical action is the answer. And effective communication. If you are over the age of like 23, 25, and I'm being nice, really it's 18, 17, even 15, you know basic ass principles, okay? You're aware of how you are in a certain dynamic, you know? So it's like, this is not a time to play dumb. This is the best way I can say it. This is not a time to get caught slipping and play dumb, because with the way things are changing externally, you have to be strong and balanced and be the eye of the storm internally, so that you're not carried away with everything that's around you and you're still able to move with perseverance from point A to point B, or even just sustain wherever you are, whatever you're doing in your life, just sustaining what you have for yourself and building towards a new timeline, building towards just 2021, 2022 onwards, you know? Because 2020 has shown us, like, listen, anything goes. Anything goes. And old ways of doing things aren't necessarily the most reliable. So, like I said, surround yourself with people who remind you of your greatness. You remind you of your own greatness every day. Take care of yourself, take care of your mind. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching and take care.